Welcome back to another episode of Meeting in the Middle of Nowhere. I'm your host, El Creme, and you guys know what we do here. We'll meet in the middle of nowhere. Since consciousness has no location. So the Republican debate just took place, and you guys know I like to tune into this kind of things to kind of see, what the best our country has to offer, right? Even though it's just the Republican part, but at least on that section of the aisle, I like to see. And boy, oh boy, was this debate full of, let's just say, it did not look good for the Republican Party. Um, Poor questions. I didn't get a lot of the questions. I didn't like some of the questions. You know, I didn't like the moderating. There was constant fighting, talking over each other between the opponents. And I don't really think anybody did enough to catch Trump. I don't really. But anyway, what really stood out to me were some of the questions. Like this one.
Which one of you on stage tonight should be voted off the island?
Wait, what did she just ask? What do you think this is? Love Island or some shit? You got a stage full of senators, governors, billionaires, and aspiring presidents. And you ask a question like that? Who would you want to vote off the island? What do you think this is? The flavor of love or some shit? Like, I don't get it. That question blew my mind. You know? And I think DeSantis handled that well, actually.
Please use your marker to write your choice on the notepad in front of you. 15 seconds starting now. Of the people on the stage, who should be? I'm absolutely serious.
With all due respect, I mean, we're here, we're happy to debate, but I think that's disrespectful to my fellow competitors.
Nobody wants to.
I would have said, you know what I would have said? With all due respect, ma'am, the person I would like to vote off the island is you for asking such a dumbass question. Because you sound like somebody who grew up watching the Kardashians right now, and then they let you ask questions at the debate stage. Talking about who would you vote off the island? These people, again, like I said, some of these people hold elected office. So with a question like that, it's like you're insinuating that they're not even qualified to hold that. I get it's a presidential debate, but we're tuning in to watch political sparring. We want to see differences in policies and shit like that. We're not here to see who is going to get voted off the island. I'm not even here for some of the personal attacks. I don't. And a question like that definitely encourages that. But here was another crazy question.
According to Customs and Border Protection, about 90% of fentanyl is seized at official border crossings, and 57% of the smugglers are U.S. citizens. How would you stop fentanyl brought into the country, mostly by U.S. citizens?
I get it, but what is she like? What is she insinuating? So I get you read all your little fancy stats, man. But we here across the border, what we know is we'd have lost over 100,000 people due to fentanyl. She's trying to frame it as if we're somehow, negligent and irresponsible enough to buy things that will willingly kill us. Like I don't like the angle I don't like the angle of that question. Like, why are they coming across the border in the first place? Like, I'm not getting that. Now, if you know what I'm saying? Some of us are down for whatever. You do whatever. I get it. Like, You grew up in the street, so you probably don't care for stuff like this. You know what I mean? So you probably don't follow this debates, and you don't, you don't care about stuff. Like, you probably grew up in your own little hood, and you have your own little, the way you feel about your own things. But I'm telling you, if somebody told you for your president, what would you want? Would you want your president to be allowing drugs to be coming into your community? You would say, hell nah. I would want my president to be a stand-up guy, regardless of the kind of lifestyle I live. So I'm tuning into these things to see, an exhibition, pretty much, of what our next president could pretty much be like, or who contend with the current president. And there's BS questions like these. Like, how is he supposed to stop, the fentanyl, the drug abuse, when 57% of us are the ones bringing it in? Let's stop. That question is not. There's an angle to this. People know they can make money selling that stuff over here. And so they've targeted that market and are constantly booming it to that specific market. Don't pose the question, at least, that as if that market is, is somehow all to do with. Come on. In its entirety, I didn't think it was a good look for the Republican Party. A few standouts here and there, a few sparkling moments here and there, but nothing anyone could really leave your head. I don't think if you went in there 50-50 saying, I'm not sure who to vote here, you really left with somebody somebody in the back of your mind. I don't think anybody really made an impression in the back of your mind. Again, a few, sprinkles of, genius here and there and good moments. But this was another thing that got to me.
Talk about someone who has never seen a federal dollar she doesn't like. 10 cents on the gallon in South Carolina. As the UN ambassador, you literally put $50,000 on curtains in a $15 million subsidized location. Next.
You got bad information. First of all, I fought the gas tax in South Carolina multiple times against the establishment.
Just go to YouTube.
Secondly, on the curtains, do your homework, Tim, because Obama bought those curtains.
Did you send them back?
It's in the press.
Did you send them back?
It's the State Department.
Did you send them back?
Did you send them back? You're the one that works in Congress.
Oh my gosh.
You get it
You
done.
hung them on your curtains.
They were there before I even showed up at the residence. You are scrapping. You are scrapping.
I'm not scrapping.
Look, man. Look, everybody on this stage makes at least 6 figures. We're trying to figure out who's going to be the next president to lead our country, which I feel is currently not in the best state right now. And these motherfuckers are up here arguing about curtains. Yes, curtains. We try to figure out who going to stop the immigration crisis, the drug problems, fix our economy, yada, yada, yada. We got Ukraine coming up. And y'all niggas is sitting over there fighting over curtains. How the fuck y'all want us to feel? That's the most bougie shit I've ever seen. Like, ooh, you kept the curtains. Why didn't you get rid of them? Who kept the curtains? What the hell? I'm sitting there like, what is this? Like, what did I just tune into? Like, what? Really? Is this what we're doing? But yeah, those are my thoughts about the Republican debate. This is the second one. Trump still does show up. And it's looking like he didn't need to, because I don't see how that's going to hurt him. Christie took a few personal attacks, calling him Donald Duck. That trended. Even though that trended, I don't see how that's going to relate in the polls. So, I don't know. Unless, the only thing I see, unless a drastic change or something happens. The only thing I see really stopping Trump from getting that Republican primary is all these charges he got. But yeah, you guys let me know. If you guys tuned into that debate, that's all I wanted to talk about. I didn't really want to debate on policies this time. I just wanted to, let's talk. When you guys tuned in, how did you guys feel? What was your impression? Was there anybody that stood out? Are you leaving there, impressed with any of the candidates? Do you think there's anybody there who can beat Trump? And then later on beat Biden in the primary? What do you guys think? And if you like this type of content, please watch another one. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be back. Thank you.